What's up, guys? Okay, so Caveman Sparks wanted to know about my mobile kit that I use to carry into jobs where I have to walk a long way, so I don't want to walk to get the locks and then bring them back to my van. So I have a set kit that I use to carry with me when I'm going on a job. Now, this kit has strictly pretty much rekeying related tools in it. It has a handful of regular hand tools, but depending on the job and what's involved, of course you never know what's going to happen or what you're going to run into. So aside from my regular kit, which I've shown in videos, and this actually doesn't belong there, and my arguably small screwdriver, best other small screwdriver, bigger flathead screwdriver, and my number 2 Phillips, which is missing. Somebody's wearing a wedding dress across the street. No, it's not a wedding dress. It's a, what in the, okay. Sorry to stop the video, but let's just take a look at this. Y'all see me talking about crap that happens outside, like cars being, whoa. Oh, photo shoot. Oh, dang it, the sun. Shoot. Where's the dark spot? Dark. Photo shoot with my long billowy dress. It's gotta be wedding photos. Okay, anyway, sorry. Wait, I gotta go back, don't I? Ooh, make it big again. Okay. Am I still over there? Hello? Am I still around? Oh wait, hold on. Let's move it there. Okay. So, anyway, sorry about that distraction. So, the bag that I've talked about in other videos has got like all of my screwdrivers, almost anything I need. You know, it goes over one shoulder like that. So, hands are still free. And this is the mobile bag. Now, I don't remember who made this bag. It's a nice heavy canvas. I got it from somebody. It's one of those websites that sells like all types of military type gear. I am going to research this because I bought it from my next door neighbor. He was selling it. Basically, it's one of those websites where you set up a website and you resell their product and you never have to box it and ship it. So you just set up whatever website you want, sell the product, and the order goes through them and you get some kind of kickback. But anyway, I bought that, I want to say like Halfco or Heathco. That's probably not right. But when I figure it out, I'll put it in as a pinned comment. But you can use any bag as long as it's the right size. So this one ended up being a perfect bag, and it's just a zipper bag with 2 little small pockets on the side. I don't use these types of pockets because I don't trust them since they're open. If this was gone and it was a zipper, but I mean, it does have a little spot here. I mean, if you trusted it enough, you could use it because you could poke like, you know, bits off of drivers. Like if you really had a little bit longer one, you could like poke it down in there. Took all mine out. Oh no, here we go. Here's what I'm talking about. It's in my pocket. I'm snooping. No, I don't have it in my pocket. But anyway, you know what I mean. You could use those if you want, and the snaps work fairly well. I just don't. So, got that. Got my bag with my other tools in it, and invariably, depending on again what the job is, if I think I need my drill and my drill bag as well, I'll kind of like do this like us guys do when we're carrying way too much than we're supposed to. So anyway, these would be in my back pocket typically, depending on the jeans that I'm wearing. So some of my jeans, the damn things fall out all the time. And so I'm going to bring this in, and we'll look in the insides of the kit. We'll look in the guts of it. Bright light about to cover it up, so sorry about that. Anyway, so zipper kit. Good brass zipper on there. This used to be my main pick kit, and when I got that VanQuest one. It was a bit bigger. I switched to it. So right now I'm using it as my mobile pinning thing. Okay, this is a piece of a drop cloth that I'm actually going to also talk about in another video I have coming up. You'll see it's green just because I like the color. And this is a cloth fabric. If you look real close, it's like fake leather with a cloth back. Like, you have to cut it, it won't rip, and it's a good heavy weight. It flops down. And so, and now I have this in a particular order in my bag. You'll notice that I did this in a particular order. Go back, go, rewind, I just had to rewind it, get to customer's job, and I find a small area that I can use to do this. Take out this soft back. Well, aside from that, got to be careful of that. But if it's a delicate surface or something, either I just won't put it on it, or but I always try to be careful. No matter whether it's a beat up table or what, I always try not to do anything to people's stuff. I'll set that down, and then in this order, I'm taking this out, and I flip out my handy dandy thing here. All right, now I've got a drop cloth down that's thick and it's padded. If I drop stuff on it that's sharp, there's glass under here. You see me do that? It pads it. It's thick enough to pad it. And then I have my small lab kit. Now, I hate this kit. I hate this kit, but it's great for what it's for. And I know a lot of you guys buy this because it's kind of the cheapest kit, and it doesn't hold many pins, which is good and bad. It's good for those who don't really use a pinning kit a lot. But for those who do use a pinning kit, a bigger one all the time, going to this is so hard. And the number one dang thing that these people who made this kit, what in the ever-loving crap is this? Really? Come on. No, get rid of this. Dear Lab Manufacturing Company. That's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Anyway, small pin chambers. You're going to have small pin chambers with a small kit, but it does cover what you need. There have been a couple of circumstances where I needed a size that didn't happen to be there, and it was probably a commercial lock. I mean, this only kind of covers the main stuff. So measurement 8 and a little bit under a half, just roughly 8.5, and by 6. So 8.5 by 6, and it's like ½ an inch deep. But you got to remember the stupid clip. So when you add in the stupid clip, you add this stupid lip on it. So a little bit over ½ inch deep. A lot of people keep that cardboard sleeve, but I kind of use this often enough. Cardboard sleeve. Just make a better latch for it, guys. So again, 8.5 by 6 and pretty thin. And the pin chambers. Well, let's close it and talk about this because I kind of need the tool out of here. So going back, we're going to take this back over here. And is it better lighting this way? Maybe better lighting this way. Let me move this out of the way. We're not done in the bag yet. So in my mobile here kit, I have, I don't really feel like taking it all out, but I've got Nato Files, 1/4 inch drill bit for chamfering cylinder holes that are wallowed out. If they've been used a lot and the top of it gets wallowed out, it's already wallowed out. So if you chamfer it and give it a rounder surface, yes, at some point you have to replace the plug, but just don't overdo it. But it's very necessary sometimes to chamfer it, like the brand new locks that are coming out now, including Schlage, I've found. So a couple of rakes, a couple of turning tools, my stainless steel, Handmade, follower, which there is only one other person that has one like this that I sent to a while back, but it doesn't look like a big deal, stainless steel rod, 1/2 inch, but actually you have to spend a ton of time chamfering the inside of this to make it work just right for wiser, stuff like that. And then just more common brass followers, 550 regular, see them nested together. A ruler back here. A few people have said they love this ruler. It's made by General number something, General some type of ruler. Let me flip this out of the way. Flathead screwdriver and a Schlage D series rosette removal tool. And over here we have, oh, get back in there. Can you get back in there? Get back in there. Some blank keys for shimming. Another pick. I don't know how you're supposed to pull it. You're probably supposed to be over here, aren't you? Blank keys for shimming. A couple of various driver bits. Another small flathead. A bit. And actually, this is that bit I'm going to use because I shrink wrap the end of it, so I would know. And this one and the one on the back. You may have seen the one on the back. So I've got 2 of these, each with different 2 #1 Phillips. But I've got like Torx in here, and I've got other stuff in here. #2 Phillips and a flathead. So if I, flathead, #2 Phillips and #1 Phillips. Since this is like that, this probably would go better there. That way they're all 3 yellow. So that's like my standard. That's #1 Phillips stays in there because of mortise cylinder set screws on the back. So let's put that one back in there. And actually I've been needing to do this. I gotta go through these and make sure. All right, very small flathead. These little 1/8 inch, which is 1/8 inches your good size for getting all these set screws and Adams Wright style locks out. These things are really hard to get, like locally, like trying to go to Ace Hardware or even Home Depot or Lowe's. You can't find these little tiny, just regular bits. And a T9. I don't know why I have a T9 in there. It may be for my knife. No, I know what that's for. That's for a Leatherman. I was using this to work on a couple of my cheapy Leathermans. So anyway, you get the idea. 2 of these tools. This one will stay clipped in the back. This one stays inside here. And tweezers, which is what I was going for because I need these to use to get out of here. Another long out of the 4-pack of the arguably screwdrivers, the very small long one I keep in here. That's very handy to keep in there. And a Wild, I've mentioned this before, Wild number 527. I just got this. Oh wait, this is not the one. This one's okay. This is my newest one. I got this one off eBay about 6 months ago. The one I have in my truck is a screw stripe, and it's Wild, but I couldn't find it online at the time. But the tips for what we guys use it for, especially like wiser clubs and stuff, the 527 Wild. Convertible, yeah, I'm not fond of that convertible style again. A pickle, probably should have 2 pickles in here, but I only have 1. And the wiser cap tool. So basically, one more thing back here stuck in. Just say no, this is the Maxpedition Mini organizer, not the newest one. And a General with real small flathead and Phillips heads. Don't really use that a lot, but just in case I need it, it's there. And then if I go further down in the bag here, the next thing will be my bigger hand tools. And I keep these in a Greenlee case, which is usually for meters, electrical meters. So here I have my bigger hand tools. I've got a bent flathead. I had that bent for a reason. Another one of the number one. Got a bunch of these screwdrivers. I can't believe I lost my only number 2 Phillips. A Torx, small Torx, a couple of flatheads, face cap pliers, because these are handy for a lot of other stuff besides face caps. Metric set and standard set Eklund. I'm going to do a separate video on that as soon as I get what I need for the video. I have talked about it before in a couple of other tool related videos about how I change out, well, I can show you how I change out these nuts right here with this nut that comes, this is how it comes, and I change it out with this, which you can see is much sleeker. So these are Chicago screws. My hardware store used to carry them, but they don't anymore. But I did find a website that has them. That was one of those things I hadn't gotten around to doing. But every time I get one of these in, aside from this one, this one has missed its new screws. And the reason I do that is, obviously, if you look here, also arguably the best hex wrench. That's probably going to be the video title. This hex nut, when you're tightening stuff, that hex nut can hit. When you switch out those, it gives it a smooth surface on both sides. So anyway, that's why I do that, and I don't want to go too much more into that because that'll ruin my profit from that video. My 12 cents. Ow, ow, shit. Screwdriver, a couple of pins to fill out your invoice to get paid. Actually, I have another pin in here, rocking it old school. That stays in there though. So basically that's it, and some screws, a little bit longer screws in case I have to, whenever you're like somewhere, there's going to be a screw that's loose or missing or something. So as you can see, I still got plenty of room in this, but that kind of covers what I need. And in the bottom of the bag, oh, well, actually this is a pair of rubber gloves. I'm going to go ahead and put that in here while I'm thinking about it, since that is, the point of this video is to show you this, but the point of this video is to clean my crap up for myself. A bit set, so I'm going to do that while I'm doing that. I found this at a auto parts place, Performance Tool W1309. Can't remember the name of it, but it is a pretty neat little storage container for bits. It's got independent areas, and holds a whole bunch of different bits and a bit holder, and it clips together at the top. And yeah, I don't know if you just saw that or not, but it will actually function as a screwdriver in an emergency. Now of course it's plastic, so it's not going to be, that would be just for, oh my god, I can't find anything else. So it's a pretty neat little deal. Again, I'll show you the link to that if I can find it. Oh, my cool pen. Back off my cool pen. Now, what do you need when you're rekeying? You need new keys. So, I have a messy, again, going back to why I'm doing this, I have just a varied amount of keys in here, and you will see what I do while I'm on a job rekeying. I take the pins and I dump them in the bag and deal with it later. And a stripe for commercial doors. So in here I just keep like a ring of each one, you know, quick set. So what I'm doing here now is taking inventory. These have been used. These have been used. I have no idea where. These Schlage have not been used. I've got some Rustwin, Quickset, SC4s, Westlock, just in case. We actually have some full contractors putting Westlock in. Another thing, RU46. Really, you're probably going to need this the most when you're doing commercial, because sometimes you have to walk a long way to get to a commercial area. So a variety of commercial QA Sergeant, which I have no Sergeant in here. Sergeant, Rustwin, you know, the common, whatever you see in your area a lot of, just keep 6 to 10 of in there, and hopefully they won't need more. But usually you can clarify all that on the phone before coming out, just by asking how many new keys they're going to need. So you can be prepared. And again, so this little thing holds a very small number of pins in each one. Obviously, the smaller pins, it'll hold more pins in. The larger pins, it will hold less. So you have to be very particular to make this full as it needs to be. Like you're not dumping like you are in a regular pin kit. You're having to go put a few in your hand, drop them in there, and then sit and do this. Like, okay, get out the way. Having to like, oh yeah, I took the 235 top full pins out, so you kind of have to maneuver each little kit around. Spool pins. So once you get up into like, oh no, come back here. Right, where are you going? So once you get up into like 276 range, 270, the longer ones, I mean, you're only talking like 20 pins in there. So this is only good in my use for if I know I'm only doing 1 to 3 cylinders or 1 to 5 cylinders. Anything beyond that, I usually take my woody in a bigger bag, but that's heavier, obviously. So anyway, I'm going to get all this straightened up and get it refilled and packed as much as I can. And I don't even use my vials for this. I just go rob them out of another kit. Because again, 240, it's half full, but I need more in there because that's obviously a very used pin. So I pack it like literally as far as I can go. That way I can be super worried when this stupid freaking latch pops off. Well, and I will add that is another good thing about this bag once I have it packed. The bottom of the bag is pretty much, you can see it's about the same size. So it sits perfectly flat in that bag. If it wasn't sitting on, obviously, if it wasn't sitting on other stuff. So the bonus to that is when I pick it up and pull the handles together like that, it's kind of putting pressure on each side. So it gives that pen kit a pretty secure little area to hold it. Make sure less chance of it. You could use rubber bands. I mean, there's all sorts of fixes for it, but you know, sometimes you just gotta live risky. I'd be irritated if I dumped that little thing. But seeing as how it's not many pins in there, whatever. And so that's it. I'm just moving this stuff around. I'm going to a burlesque show with the wife tonight. We've got a friend who is a performer coming in from out of town. And it's a Halloween show. Oh, and it's downtown at a sushi bar. Yeah, burlesque, and it's crazy. I don't know. So we're gonna go hang out downtown tonight, and that way get some R&R, and tomorrow probably have this video uploaded. But other than that, thanks for watching. If you have any questions about that kit, I will try to get the name brand of it. There's no tag or anything, so I can't tell you that right now, but I will put a pinned comment up once I figure it out. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace. Have a good weekend. Wait, when's Halloween? I'm not gonna wish you happy Halloween yet. Well, I've still got a couple of those. See y'all later. Now I get to finish this. Woo! almost forgot something that I meant to bring up because it is pretty important, especially if you have a vehicle with a bunch of stuff in it. I don't know if anybody noticed, but this red tag on it. I mark all the bags that need to come out of my vehicle with a red rope or red paracord of some kind, or red marking, so that in case of an emergency, if my wife has to remove bags from my vehicle in any emergency, she knows to go for all the red tagged bags. Because some stuff, if there's a problem or an event or something happens where I'm not in control of my vehicle anymore, that way she knows when she looks through my truck, she knows to grab everything with the red tag. So that's a little hint for you guys. Might be a good idea to do. See ya.